Thanks. Well, tonight people are being put on high alert to watch out for gopher tortoises. On Marco Island, tortoises are being hit by cars at a much higher rate over the past 2 weeks.
Now Marco Island PD is teaming up with Audubon Western Everglades to put a stop to this. The Night Beat's Amy Gallo has seen tortoises all day on Marco and tells us how we can avoid them.
In just 15 minutes, we've noticed 3 gopher tortoises up and down this stretch of Barfield Drive. If you take a look over here, here's one of their burrows, and this is where they're coming in and out of. And they're really hard to miss. 1 tortoise, 2 tortoises, 3 tortoises, 4.
Some of these tortoises can be 40 to 60 years old. They live a very long time.
There are an estimated 1,000 of these little guys that call Marco Island home. But 7 months into 2023, 20 of them have already been killed by cars.
So in the last 2 weeks, we had 5 tortoises that were hit by cars, none of which we were able to treat. We do work really closely with the Conservancy of Southwest Florida.
And most of those accidents have happened here along South Barfield Drive, a hotspot of sorts for gopher tortoises. One that the city, together with Audubon Western Everglades, has tried to make safer.
We got permission from the landowners to put a silt fence along all 4 of those properties to reduce the amount of tortoises that are going to enter that roadway.
But what can you do to keep them safe? Well, there's the obvious answer: slow down. And if you see one trying to cross the road,
pull over and you can move the tortoise in the direction it was going. Never put the tortoise back from where it came from. Always point that tortoise in the direction it was going.
And if a tortoise is hit,
you're not going to get in trouble. It's really important to report it, stay with it if you can, contain it if you can, and that way we can transport it to the Conservancy of Southwest Florida immediately.
You can also make a habitat for them in your own yard to limit them having to cross over into dangerous roads.
The long-term goal is to create sort of an urban wildlife connection throughout these properties.
The critters are essential to the Southwest Florida ecosystem, and they must be kept safe.
It's a keystone species, which means the survival of this animal, it's directly involved with the survival of other animals.
Neighbors I spoke to told me they have noticed a decrease on tortoise deaths on the side of the road ever since signs like these went up. But the thing about signs like this is they only work if you read them. And reading this sign might just save a tortoise's life. On Marco Island, Amy Gallo, Wink News.
Yeah, you sure would hate to run one over.
Yeah, you do. And I didn't know that about keeping them in the direction that they were headed.
Put them on the side where they're going. Otherwise, they're just going to go that way anyway.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right.